Okay, we are live. All right, we're live. We'll wait for some people to come in here. Haven't seen Monday Night Football score. Uh, we'll talk about basketball press conference. Chiefs 14-0 over the Jaguars. Okay, well, all right. That's uh, that's Liam Cohen, right? That's Liam Cohen. So Liam Cohen's getting beat, Kansas City. So Jackson. I don't know if you saw this subject of this, but KSR wrote that article. Everybody's spending 75% on football except for us. We're spending 45%. So there goes football. That's the end of that. Yeah. So they came out and said it finally. Well, she wrote it, but KSR finally admitted that. Yeah, Mark Stoops. They set Mark Stoops and them up to fail. Is what they did. I was on Loyal BBN talking with Big Mike and BC, and they have set our football program up to fail, and it is failing. And that is why we did not get the receivers we wanted, and that's why Dane Key left and Barry Brown, because they were not going to pay him any money. So at least it came up. The truth came out today. So hey, so don't be mad about football, man, because just be happy about basketball, because we can get anybody we want in basketball, any 5-star recruit, but football isn't getting anything, which is sad for those of us who like football. Uh, yeah, pretty. I wish they would just come out and officially say it. But no, man, that's what's up. Is yeah, man, basketball is good and football is pretty much toast. So come on in, everybody. I was looking at the Chiefs 14, Liam Cohen, the Fighting Liam Cohen's nothing. So that's our former offensive coordinator is getting beat by one back set. Come on in, guys. Well, was everybody happy with Mark Post's press conference? Jackson, did you like his press conference? I mean, he was happy. So okay, man, it's just me and you. Okay, well, everybody's leaving. Well, hey, come on in, guys. Or I was going to talk basketball. I did. Oh, did you hear? Yeah, I mean, he was very happy, wasn't he? Yeah, those two or three 5-star recruits, he knows he can sign them. So yeah, he's absolutely perfect fit for Kentucky. Yeah, when you give him that, everybody's spending 15% on basketball in the SEC right now, unless Arkansas, and we're spending 40. So yeah, he can get anybody. We can get 13 players. So yeah, he can get 13 5-stars. I'd be happy. Uh, but yeah, he better win. Which I think eventually, surely to God, he will win. If he doesn't, but yeah, we're gonna be fighting the Big East for basketball. So because the SEC is not gonna, maybe Arkansas. So Florida's gonna be good this year though. But yeah, he was very happy. Mark Pope was very, very, very happy. Uh, and he did not give a time frame on Jaden Quayton. So, but I've heard December. So, uh, but no. Jelovic says he likes eating at Raising Cane's. I don't like that restaurant, but the dude from Croatia. Where do you like to eat? Raising Cane's. At least he likes chicken. Hey, what's up, Matthew? Here's a Calipari. I agree. Well, football. We're going to sit here and talk about football, man. They came out today, and KSR even wrote that we are spending 30% less than everybody else in football. So we are spending 30% more in basketball. So we're making about 45. We're making it even, whereas most teams are spending 75% on football and 15 on basketball. We said no. So I knew that was probably the truth when Field of 68 podcast started saying that, but that's bad. They set Mark Stoops up to fail, and he's failing. So yeah, once KSR wrote the article, then now, I mean, I believed it before, but yeah, now it's just, just enjoy what you got with football, because that's about as good as it's going to get. But yeah, Calipari, we'll see. Yeah, I want to see some. We're going to be good. I mean, look, we're going to be good. We got some, shooting will be our thing. That's why we're not ranked higher at shooting. I don't know what it is, but I know that we're spending that SEC schools are spending, every other school is supposedly spending 75% of that on whatever the NIL and TV money, all the money combined. They're spending 75% on football. We're only spending 45% on football. They're spending 15% on basketball. We're spending 40 or either 45 on basketball. So we can get any player we want. And that's what we're going to do. Get a bunch of 5-star basketball players, and football is just going to die on the vine, and which is too bad. Too bad. Now there's no cap right now. It's a suggestive cap. We would like for you to, is what the commissioner of the SEC said. You think Tennessee is going to abide by a football cap? No. Alabama? No. No, it's just a suggested. They can't make you right now do anything. So that's why we said we're spending our money on basketball. So, but no, man, it is what it is. I feel sorry for us in football, but that's okay. Got to be good at something. Got to pick. I always knew when this started that you'd have to pick basketball or football. So Indiana will have the same problem. They're going to have to pick basketball or they're going to pick basketball. Transfer portal is one thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Now that you pay, listen, these kids, we're bringing in 2 or 3 5-stars for Midnight Madness. They're $1 million a piece, dude. They're $1 million a piece. You want a 5-star basketball? That's $1 million. So yeah, I mean, we got 13 scholarships, and I mean, we're spending a lot. Which, hey, like I thought you'd have to pick a sport, and we picked our sport. I just feel sorry for Mark Stoops because he's getting a raw deal, and I wouldn't leave until they paid me my money. But I do feel sorry for him in that they wouldn't let him buy any players this year. Now it's coming out. Okay, now we couldn't buy any wide receivers because we weren't giving them the money. So yeah, it sort of sucks, Matthew, to me. Yeah, I wanted some people from last night to come in here because we had a good discussion on football, and then this article comes out today by Tyler Thompson, and I'm like, okay, wow, we are shortchanging football. So, what are you going to do? I like football, but yes, pay for play is killing us. Yes, it is. And all right, come on in, everybody. I'm sitting here looking at the Chiefs 14-0 over the Liam Cohen Jaguars. Liam Cohen really screwed us pretty good, but that's all right. Logan, what's up, brother? We're just sitting here talking about how much money we're going to spend on basketball and not spend on football. 30% less on football than every other SEC team. Tyler Thompson wrote that today article. So I feel sad. We're going to be good in basketball because we're going to get anybody we want, but we sure as hell aren't going to be good in football. And that's a shame. So I get it. I guess you have to pick one. But have you been here, Logan? Is this the first time I ever saw you? I don't know if I ever saw you before, Logan. Welcome. Come on in, man. We'll talk about whatever we want to talk about. Today, Mark Pope was real happy. He should be real happy. They're giving him anything he wants. Yeah. So we're going to be good in basketball. So that's the good news. The bad news is football is good luck. But yeah, where are you from, Logan? Are you Kentucky, in Kentucky? As I sit here and look at my fantasy football, I suck it. Oh, you're from Kentucky. Okay, good. Well, yeah, man. Are you more of a football fan or more of a basketball fan? Because most people are basketball fans. I'm kind of 50-50. But it's not going to be 50-50 anymore because we're going to spend our money on basketball. Yeah, basketball. Well, then believe me, we're going to be good. As much money as we're spending in basketball, we're going to be good in basketball. Yeah, I mean, we'll play Purdue in this scrimmage after the blue-white game, after this Midnight Madness. We'll get it rolling. We'll see how good we are when we play Purdue, which I'm not afraid of Purdue. So, but yeah, might as well get ready for some basketball. At least we'll be good in one sport, How's everybody doing tonight? I see 6 people. I knew I got on late too. Late on a weeknight is not good, but you know what? I decided to get on anyway. just to see who. Maybe I'll get on during the day tomorrow. Get a few more people. John in Kentucky saw the title. Yeah, you need to make it a lot stiffer, brother, because Tyler Thompson wrote straight up, we are not spending money on football. It is everybody's spending 75% and 15 on basketball. We're spending 40 on basketball and 45. So 30% less than everybody else in football. So football is done. That's the end of it. Mark Pope is so happy. He said he was driving a Ferrari. Feels like he's driving a Ferrari. Yeah. So he's going to get these 3 5-stars that are coming at Midnight Madness. They're $1 million a piece. He can get every one of them. So yeah, we're going to spend money on basketball. That's what we pretty much gave up on football. It's a shame. They set Mark Stoops up to fail. I was on Loyal BBN talking to Big Mike and this guy, BC, and we were talking about how they set Stoops up to lose, and then he loses. So, yeah, they knew the whole time. The media, that's what makes me mad about our media. We have the dumbest media. They knew he was making, they knew it was 45-40 football, basketball. They knew that our football program was 30% funded less than everybody else, and they still give Mark Stoops a hard time. So I don't get it. Vanderbilt, is that what you're saying? As long as you don't overlap Van. Oh, you mean Van? The podcast, yeah. No, I went on Randy's podcast, Georgia. They're real happy. So yeah, I just sort of made the rounds tonight because everybody comes on mine, so I go back on theirs to pay them back. So, but no, man, it's bad news, John. Football, bad news. Van Hiles. Oh, Van Hiles, the football player. Yeah, he's a smart dude. Look, man, it's just that's the end of football. I mean, I don't know who you get to coach here. They want to fire him. Who are you going to bring in here and tell him, hey, man, why don't you come coach here, but we're going to give you 30% less funds, 30% less capital than your competitors. If you were a business and we're going to cut your budget 30%, you'd lose. Yeah. So, I mean, look, man, it's sad for football, but good for basketball. So, yeah, I did too. Yep. Look, man, the reason we didn't get any receivers is because we didn't have the money. They wouldn't pay the money for Barron Brown to stay or Dane Key. So that's what really has been happening the whole damn time. And that's why we don't have any receivers, is we weren't going to pay them the money because we were going to put that money toward basketball. So that's why Mitch Barnhart would never agree to the 75 and 15, which was just a suggestion that everybody else is starting to do. And so, yeah, Logan and the rest of the team quit in the middle of the season. Last year they did. I mean, nobody's quit this year. It's just, we just don't have the players that they have. We don't have 2 at every position. WKRP, man, is inaccurate, frustrating to watch. On the Titans, I saw that they came back and won. But no, WKRP, Tyler Thompson from KSR wrote an article, and that we are spending, everybody's spending 75% on football except for us. We're only spending 45% of our NIL, whatever you want to call it, the TV money. Everybody else is spending 15% on basketball. We're spending 40%. So Mark Stoops, they really set him up to fail, and he's failing. So what's up, man? Wildcat Mania. Oh, are you new Wildcat Mania? I haven't seen you in here before. Come on in, brother. I meant quarterback. To watch. Will Levis. Did he get in there and play yesterday for Tennessee? Dad, what's up, Dad? Yeah, to fail. Correct, Dad. They failed him 9, and then they want to get on to Bush Hamden, and then it comes out that they didn't. The reason Dane Key and Barron Brown left is because they wouldn't pay him the money. It wasn't because of the offense, and so they set them up to fail, and they're failing. And our media is so stupid that they knew this the whole time, and they will write articles and go in there and bash the hell out of Mark Stoops, Bush Hamden, Brad White, and they knew the whole time that we were spending 30% less funds on football. So we got no chance to win in football, spending that kind of money. So Mark Pope is happy. He said he used the word Ferrari. He feels like he is driving a Ferrari. Mark Stoops is driving a Toyota Camry. So, that's just the way it is, man. I knew we were going to choose when all this stuff started happening. Matt Jones talked about it in the beginning. of NIL that, hey, you're probably going to have to choose between basketball and football. But they need to just be honest with the fans and just tell us straight up what's going on. And they haven't done that. Let me turn my volume up so I make sure I'm all the way up here. I don't want to have to scream. There we go. Just what did I miss? You missed that where you're spending 30% less on football than every other team most every other team in the SEC. So we decided that instead of spending 75 on football and 15 on basketball, we're going to spend 40 on basketball and 45% on football. So football gets 30% less funding. And there's no way you're going to line up against Georgia, Tennessee with 30% less players. That's why we couldn't sign Dane Key, Barry Brown. It wasn't because of the offense we were running. That's why we couldn't get any receivers. And I got a link in the description if you want to go read Tyler Thompson's story. And, it was already coming out from the Field 68 podcast that we spent the most money of anybody in the country. I mean, nobody's spending as much money as we are on basketball, which is fine, but you just screwed football. You set Mark Stoops up to fail, and then you bash him because he fails. That's what I have a problem with our media, because they knew that. Hate to say it, Kentucky. Yes, they will always be. No, I mean, don't hate it. We might as well embrace it, but let's not pretend and point fingers at people and Mark Stoops. Mark Stoops, give him the money you owe him if you want to leave. Good luck finding a coach. Who the hell are you going to bring in here that you're going to tell them, hey, listen, you can coach in the SEC. That's the good news. But the bad news is you get 30% less funding than all the other football schools. We're getting ready to play 9 SEC games in Louisville. So we only have 2 wins, 2 cupcakes. You're going to have to go 5-5 to win 7 games. So we'll never see 8 or 9 wins a game. You're just not going to see that. I'm not a single sport fan. I'm not either. I mean, I like that. I'm 50-50. Logan, only games winning is against Texas. Maybe. I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, it's just sad. It's just, I knew it the whole time. I just don't understand why KSR bashes the hell out of Mark Stoops, and then you write an article that says, oh, yeah, by the way, we're spending 30% less on football. Well, if you knew that, why would you bash him? Is it his fault that he couldn't buy the players that he needed? No. It's the school's fault. Don't bash him. Bash the damn university. Bash Mitch Barnhart. But don't bash the damn football coach. It's not his fault. That's why they won't show you the numbers. It's a link in my description if you want to read what she wrote. And I like Tyler Thompson, by the way. Lucky to be close to the spread. Yeah, I mean, look, guys, I don't know how you're going to – football is a huge moneymaker. And I don't know if we're just doing this for a couple years. Sounds to me like this is going to be the norm. So there's no way in hell you're going to win with 30% less funding. Even if we got set the same exact funding as Georgia, it would still be hard to hang with Georgia because they're Georgia. But if you try to build a Walmart team of just Walmart players, it's not going to work. I mean, you get some good players, but, man, it's going to be hard. You're not going to, So, yeah, I kind of feel sorry for Mark Stoops. Top 3 in basketball. We're not even ranked in it. I got a video coming out tomorrow. 3 polls have come out. I'm going to tell you this. We're not ranked in the top 4 in any of them. And some of them we're ranked lower than what you would think because we don't have enough shooters, they say. So that video is coming out tomorrow. Let's see. There's only 3 polls. It hadn't been the AP. It's been like 247 Sports, ESPN, and Yahoo. So I cite those 3 polls tomorrow for you. But, yeah, no, we're in the top 10, but barely in the top 10. Louisville's ahead of us in most of the polls because they can shoot. So we'll know when we play Purdue in the scrimmage. I don't think Purdue's that good, but we'll see. They're ranked number 1. Don't blame the victim. That's right, WKRP. So everybody can sit here and bash Bush Hamden, and Bush Hamden couldn't buy any wide receivers because they wouldn't let him. Okay, Brad White, we can't tackle because he couldn't buy anybody else. All this shit, it was a whole charade the whole damn time. And then you got, our own media bashing them that knew this shit and bashing the hell out of them. I don't get it. I don't know why you do that. Tomorrow, 5:30 on SEC Network is Pro Day. Well, basketball, hey, we'll have some people going pro. Hell, most everybody on that team will go pro. I mean, at least 10 of those guys probably will go pro. What's up, Dad? I like this show, Tom, but how more money can fix the coaching mistakes? Oh, it doesn't matter, dude. Look, it don't matter. The coaching mistake. Okay, just look, Georgia. Listen, man, Georgia could have scored anytime they wanted to. they put their backup quarterback in with 9 minutes left. I mean, okay, so give them the 7 points from that. Let's say they score seven, and it's whatever 21-14. Look, I understand the issues you're talking about. That ain't going to win us games. Giving up 400 yards of offense every game on defense is not going to win us games. So you can bash the defense just as bad as the offense. They're not tackling anybody. Look at total yards. I mean, we're ranked 100th in defense. So yeah, it's everywhere. Once again, I don't know who's going to come in here for the amount of money, or they're probably going to pay somebody next to nothing. But we shall see. Yeah, I mean that lining up wrong was like we said, that was stupid, but that was Hartley Gilmore that lined up wrong, dumbass. You know. And Georgia called the timeout also, so we had a chance to score, and the dude missed a chip shot field goal. So yeah, that didn't lose us the game. Uh, this time, yeah, I mean Georgia could have did whatever they wanted, but no, I mean let's see what we can do against Texas. But it's disheartening when you learn that. Oh yeah, by the way, your budget, we're slicing your budget by 30%. Imagine if you owned a business and they said, okay, now we're going to slash your competitors. Now we're going to slash your budget 30%. I mean, you do that to anybody in a business setting, and you'd be in trouble. But doing it in sports, like I said, I got a link in the description if anybody wants to read it. It's a long time between drinks. Finding Mark Stoops. Yeah, and poor Mark. I mean, Mark Stoops is set up to fail. I knew when they asked him at the beginning of the year, was he happy with the NIL funding, and he said yes, but he didn't say it convincingly. But I sure as hell didn't know we're spending, that much on basketball. Jesus, I mean, there's no way you're going to win at football if you're not spending the same money. We're not anywhere near the same money. Kentucky hasn't been a bowl game in 2 years. They ain't going to go to one. They ain't going to go to one. When you go to 9 league games in Louisville, you only have 2 guaranteed wins. I mean, you're going to have to go 5-5 against Louisville and 9 SEC opponents with 30% less cap than every other team. I don't know about Arkansas, but yeah, supposedly. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. Logan might be young. Been to a bowl game in 2 years. Yeah, I mean, look, before Mark Stoops, if we went to 2 bowls every decade, that was an accomplishment. Before he got here, I mean, I think Rich Brooks got us to 3, and the air raid got us to 2, and we lost them. So yeah, back before that, it was just awful. You just have to go 6-6. The problem is we only got 2 guaranteed wins now, and we added a league game. So Louisville's good. So you got to win. You got to go 4-6 in the other games. But that's our goal, guys. I mean, once again, we're saying we're not playing to go to the playoffs. We're not playing to. Does everybody want to pay that money to go see us go 6-6? I mean, we don't win 8 games. I don't know how we're going to win 8 games ever again, as long as we're spending that much on football. Yeah, and look, we're going to be good in basketball. That's the happiest I've ever seen Mark Pope. He's very happy. He said it. I'm driving a Ferrari. He is driving a Ferrari. Mark Stoops is driving a Toyota Camry. Okay, can you race a Toyota Camry against a Ferrari? Sure, but you're going to lose. So Mark, I was on Loyal BBN podcast earlier this afternoon talking to Big Mike and BC. They really know football, and we were like, dude, they set his ass up to fail, and now they're giving him a hard time because he's failing. Why would the media bash him? The media knew this the whole time. We just didn't know it. I mean, I figured it out when Field of 68 started talking about we had the most expensive basketball roster, and we spent 40 or 45% of our NIL and whatever our TV money. So yeah, I knew then that okay, football's in trouble. But now football's real. I mean, I don't see how you have a winning record in this league anymore unless you have the same amount of money as everybody else. But I forgot what did she got? I'm going to look at her article real quick. She quoted something in there. I don't know what it was as far as, and I like Tyler Thompson, by the way, but KSR guys should not be bashing anybody. Why are you bashing Bush Hamden? You don't give him the receivers he needs. You don't give him the players he needs, and then he fails. Well, yeah, you spending 30% less than everybody else on football. What the hell did you think was going to happen? It's just the dumbest shit I've ever ever heard of. So yeah, who's going to come in here and coach? You go, hey man, you want to? Here's the good news: you get the coach in the SEC. Here's the bad news: you're going to have 30% less funds than every other football team you play. Who's going to do that? Who's going to come in here and take that shit and fail? You're going to get your ass kicked. I mean, no wonder we're getting our ass kicked. To be honest with you guys, what did they say here? I'm trying to find her. I forgot where she said. Media days. Pat Kelsey. I don't care about Pat Kelsey. Well, anyway, I cannot find it now. It's linked in my description here. I don't want to get off the chat. But yeah, we're just, we're just not going to spend the money on football that we need to spend. Yeah, so I don't know what you guys think salary cap does. Well, we know technically there's not a salary cap. It's just suggested. Okay, the SEC is just suggested that you spend 75% on football and 15 on basketball. Doesn't mean you have to, because you think Tennessee, yeah, technically there is no salary cap until Congress passes some sort of law. Alabama, Tennessee, we can spend whatever we want on basketball. Screw you, we'll spend the Big East doesn't have football. They can spend every bit of their money on basketball. Screw you. I mean, right now it's the wide, bank, not West. Non-conference games doesn't help. No, it does not. Because now you only have 2 cupcakes, and now, you got Louisville, and now you're rotating everybody else. You're playing Tennessee, Florida, and South Carolina every year. Tennessee, Florida, and South Carolina. They've already told Florida's basketball coach, this year, last year, buddy, we're spending money on football. So everybody's, except for Arkansas, I haven't heard from. They said they're going all in on football. Forget basketball. Because they know I guess they know we're going to do it. Logan, it has to be hard with our schedule. Yeah, it is hard to make. Yes. WKRP non-conference. Yes. Money sharing. Yeah, revenue. I was trying to think of the revenue. So yeah, we're spending our revenue on basketball. That's why Mitch Barnhart stood up and said, we're not spending 15% on basketball. We're going to spend whatever we want. But I sure as hell didn't know that we were spending 30% less on football than everybody else. I mean, there's no coach that can come in here. I don't care if it's Nick Saban or who the hell it is, and you give them 30% less money to get players and tell them they got to go play Texas A&M, LSU, Georgia. It's not going to happen. You think it's going to be number 1 in basketball? I don't know. It's Purdue right now. We'll see. It doesn't really matter at the beginning of the year. We're down in the, I got a video coming out tomorrow on a couple polls. We're not as high, look, people are not high on us because we don't have knockdown shooters yet. Our guards, Jalen Lowe's not a lockdown shooter. Always not a knockdown shooter. So they think we don't have the shooting to win a title. But with all the money we're spending, man, we better do something. Worst year ever, Antonio Farrell and Jerry Lorenzen. Yeah, Jerry Lorenzen didn't have a good year, 2-9. I liked Antonio Farrell. At least he played hard. But Bill Curry, yeah. But now, guys, we're just going to go back to being bad at football. I mean, let's just be happy. Look, you can fire. You might as well keep Stoops. I mean, what does it matter? And nobody's going to come in here and get 30% less funding and go beat Georgia and go beat Florida and go beat LSU and go beat Texas A&M. It's not going to happen. Missouri said they're all in on football. So far, other than us in Arkansas, I don't know. Tennessee's ranked 18th, okay, in the basketball poll. Alabama's ranked around 20th, okay. You know why? Because they told them, sorry, dude, no more basketball for you guys. So Rick Barnes will retire after this year, and Nate Oates will probably leave. So, and Auburn hired Bruce Pearl's son. Why? Because he's cheap, and they don't care about basketball anymore. They don't care if that guy fails. That guy couldn't get hired. He lost the interview at Murray State. He didn't get hired from Murray State. Now he's coaching Auburn. He's cheap. I'm already done with football. Yeah, Logan, it's pretty bad. I hate to be done with it because I really like it. Basketball's easy. Basketball is easy. There's only 5 guys. Football's complicated. I mean, you really got to know what you're talking about. When you talk about football, you got to sort of know the game. There's offense, there's defense, there's special teams. There's all these players on the field. There's 85 scholarships. Basketball is 13 people. You can only play 5 at a time. There's only so much motion you can run on offense. It's just so easy. And look, we're going to be good. But I do feel sorry for our football program because I kind of like football as a sport. I mean, I like football. I learned about a lot about football doing this channel. So King Mondo, if a bad football team is what it takes to get to number 9, I'm cool with it. Brother, that's what it's going to take. And what if we don't get to number 9? What if we don't get to number 9 and we suck at football? That's the bad part. So, yeah. We make a play. Yes, I'm happy if we beat Tennessee and Louisville. We will not beat Tennessee. They are good. Yeah, we won't score with them. Josh Heupel. Louisville, I watch Louisville, but look, guys, we just, the Cutter Bowley's coming along pretty good. He played really well. I put a highlights video out today where I broke down some of his plays. He had a good game, even though it didn't show up on the scoreboard. He had a good game. But yeah, we have to keep Mark Stoops. You might as well keep him. I mean, why would you buy him off and then pay for another coach if you're not going to try and buy a football team? Now, they need to get off his back and get off his ass is what they need to do, especially KSR. Get off his fucking ass, KSR. I mean, damn, they set the guy up to fail, and he's failing. What the hell did you think he was going to do? Win? With 30% less funds? Yeah, I slash your budget 30%. Try to run a business like that against competitors with 30% less capital. See what you can do. You're going to fail is what you're going to do. So, yeah, we were talking about on Loyal BBN tonight podcast with Big Mike and BC. I chimed in. They set his ass up to fail, and that's what he's doing. So that's why he's so pissed off about it. I mean, it sure hurts his pride. The man's got pride. He's trying his best, but we don't have the backups. We don't. We got some freshmen we're playing, but you're playing freshmen against Georgia, South Carolina. I mean, what do we got here? Yes, we need to keep him. We played some teams. Yes, team a lot. We run out the other team a lot. KSR is delusional. Well, I mean, I like Matt Jones. He's rational. He's the only guy on there that really keeps the show, evenly balanced. But get on there and badmouth the damn offensive coordinator when you can't buy him any receivers. Well, no shit. It's ridiculous. Why would you do that? That's ignorant. I don't get it, guys. But you realize, Ole Miss, they played LSU this before their bye. LSU was ranked 4th. You know how many points LSU scored on Ole Miss? 19. They were dogging us out for scoring 23. LSU, who's much better offensively than we are, only scored 19. They couldn't run the ball. So, yeah, I mean, look, we're just going to be a low-scoring team, and we're going to have to get over that. Grayton played very well as a corner. He's probably going to play some more. They said the wide receiver kid who was a freshman is going to play, spent 30% less, appears in football. That's straight embarrassment. Yeah, it is an embarrassment, Christopher. It's an embarrassment to the people. Why would you go to a football game next year? Why would you come here and coach? What coach is going to come here and you set his ass up to fail? How much you going to have to pay him? We're going to have to get some no-name coach like Indiana did out of James Madison or somewhere who uses this as a stepping stone and say, hey, man, good luck, brother. You get 30% less than Georgia, Florida, Tennessee. Oh, yeah, we're playing Tennessee every year in Florida and South Carolina and everybody else. And now go put a team together. We're trying to put a Walmart team together. It's not going to work. You can't do that in football. You guys know this in the NFL. The Titans, if you don't spend the money, you ain't going to have a good team. If you don't have line play, you ain't going to have a team at all. We're lucky we're in any of these damn games after I heard that, what they wrote today. So, yeah, starts on the 17th. Yes, on the Saturday night. Oh, well, yeah, it starts big. The blue-white scrimmage is a week from this Friday. So then we play Purdue in a scrimmage. So, but yeah, guys, I mean, if you like football, well, I believe we need a new OC. Dude, it doesn't matter who the Wildcat Mania. Dude, it doesn't matter who the offense coordinator is. They didn't buy many wide receivers. They let Dane Key and Baron Brown lead because they wouldn't pay him the money. So now the offense coordinator doesn't have any wide receivers. He's trying to throw the tight end and trying to run the ball. I don't care doesn't matter who the offense coordinator is. Dude, we don't have the players. You want to try and run the air raid and a spread? We already tried that. It's not Bush Hampton. It's we didn't have enough money to buy good wide receivers, and it shows. We tried to buy offensive line and some running backs. Now I understand, and we are throwing to the tight ends. But yeah, It's everybody's fault. Brad, what we aren't tackling, dude. We're 100th in defense. So I mean, you're gonna have to. Everybody dogs out Bush Hampton. What about Brad White? I mean, he'll tell you yesterday. I think he was on the coach's show tonight instead of Mark Stoops. We can't tackle. We're giving up 400 some odd yards a game. You can't do that to anybody. Uh, so I don't know what the answer is, guys. Be with him. Yeah, I mean, look, it doesn't matter who the coach is. It don't matter who the offense coordinator is. If you don't have the players in this league, we're playing in a big boy league. We're not playing in the Big 12. We ain't playing in the ACC. No offense to the rule, guys. We're playing in big boy league, Big 10 and SEC. You better have friggin' back. You better have 85 scholarship players that are good, and we're just not going to do it. And we're going to be good in basketball, but we're not going to be good in football. Basketball team guarantees we got money for basketball. That's true, WKRP, but they don't care. The donors have spoken, and they want a basketball team. They don't care about football. So when the donors speak, I mean, too much money. They have too much money. Well, I don't know, but I know this. We got an expensive basketball team. Mark Pope is very, very happy. I mean, look, I'm glad he's happy, but I hate to see Mark Pope all the way up here and then Mark Stoops all the way down here sad. I mean, I'd like to see them both happy, but it's not ever going to be that way, guys, at any other school either. Nobody cares about basketball, dude. Georgia don't care about South Carolina. I listen to Missouri's athletic director. They don't give a damn about. We'll have 4 or 5 good players, and then So we're gonna start dominating in basketball. Logan Kendrick Law, yes, he's very good, and he is our only good wide receiver. Macklin is dropping everything. What's up, Addison? Kentucky football history would be way different if Bear Bryant. We talked about that last night, Addison. I don't think you were here. I've got a video. If you guys want some history lesson, go back and watch my Bear Bryant video in my archives. Bear Bryant knew Adolph Rupp and Bear Bryant. Bear Bryant knew that football would never be bigger than basketball. So he left in 1953. And he's right. You got to pick one. And we made our choice. I mean, I get it. You can't be good. It's going to be hard to be. Indiana's going to be the next team that has to give up on football because, they want to be good at basketball. So Purdue, they're going to be good at their football team's awful. They're going to be good. North Carolina, their football team, their basketball team is good. You look at everybody in the, Kansas, their football team's okay, but Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky, we're going to be basketball schools. I get it. But it is a shame. Don't lie to people, though. Just don't lie about it. Just put the numbers out there and say, look, man, this is what we're doing. Sorry about you football people. Don't sit there and try to lie because we're going to figure it out. It's not hard to figure out. Like she wrote in that article that I have in my description, go read it. You got teams spending 15% on basketball and 75 on football, and we're spending 45 on football and 40 on basketball. I mean, you can't give Mark Stoops 30% less funding and expect him to build a team. It's just not going to work. So I don't know what the answer is. Florida basketball team is good too. Yeah, well, they already told him, this is it, dude. We took one of the best players, and they told Todd Golden, hey, man, we're going with football after this year. So good luck. Yeah, so they'll start coming back down too. You see Auburn. Auburn's going to come down. Alabama and Tennessee's already barely in the top 25. Arkansas is around 15th. So, it's Florida and Kentucky in the top 10. It's only because Florida has players left over that they can pay them. So, but I understand what we're doing. I just, I don't like the, ripping the football coach because you set him up to fail and then he fails. And then you get online or on the radio and you rip him. Why would you do that? You knew what they knew what the numbers were the whole time at KSR. Why the hell would you get on there and rip him if you knew what the truth was? I mean, I don't get it, guys. Like I said, you set him up to fail and he failed. I don't get it. I don't get our media sometimes. Coach O is proof that or X's and O's. Yeah, that's true, John. WKRP, a lot easier to win with good players. Ask Bill Belichick. Yeah, they ain't spending any money on North Carolina. You think North Carolina is going to spend money on football? Hell no. Duke? Hell no. It's going to be, UConn. UConn is the only Big East team that has football. They don't give a shit about football. The Big East can spend all their money on basketball because They don't have any football teams in St. John. That's why St. John's is in the top 10. That's why UConn's in the top 10. Who else? There's one more school in the top 10. I can't remember who it was. There's 3 Big East schools in most top 10 polls. Creighton's in there in the top 15. So, yeah, the Big East can spend all their money on basketball because they don't have football. So that's who we got to keep up with, which I get it, needs to stick to football. Bill Belichick just came into a bad situation, thinking because he was Bill Belichick that people, no, you still got to pay everybody, brother. But he's got a nice looking girlfriend, and he's got a bunch of Super Bowl rings. So what do you think, guys? I'm going to watch football. I'm still going to root for them. I'm still going to do watch parties. But, man, my expectations just got a lot lower after reading that article, which is in the description of this. You can go read Tyler Thompson wrote, where they tell you pretty much, yes, we are not going to spend the money on football. So it's just the way it is, man. And so, hey, we're going to be good at basketball. So at least we're going to be good at one thing. Should Kentucky be ranked in a preseason poll? I got a video coming out tomorrow. There's already 3 polls out. I'll give you a hint, WKRP. We're not in the top 4 of any poll, and we're barely in the top 10. I do the ESPN, the 247 Sports, and the Yahoo. Those are the only 3 polls that have come out so far. I think in next week, the AP and the coaches poll will come out. But watch my video tomorrow, and I'll go over those 3 polls. But no, we're not picked to win the national championship. In Vegas, we are the 6th team. They have Purdue first, Houston second, Duke third, UConn 4, Florida 5, Kentucky 6 to win the title at 17-1. I already bet some money on that 17-1, by the way. Because, I think we're as good as any of those other teams. We just got to shoot the ball well. I really like Ponatoski. Yeah. And it's a damn shame he's going to come here. And you know what? If I was him, I wouldn't come here. I got to be honest with you. You're going to spend 30% less on football. How the hell are you going to – what kind of players are you going to get him? You're going to have to cost cut somewhere. And in football, you can't cut. What are you going to say? Okay, we're not going to have a good line, but we're going to have good receivers. But like this year, okay, we're going to have a good line, but we're not going to have really good receivers. You got to cut somewhere. Defensive line. Our defensive line has played well, but we went to a 3-4. So I want cupcakes at the end of the year. Well, I don't know if we'll get that, John. In 3 games, yeah. Wildcat, yeah. Pontoski's good. He wants to play baseball, but I'm telling you, show out, throw the ball, and run. Pontoski. Oh, he is the real deal. He's 100% committed. The only problem is he's going to get his ass kicked, and I don't know how long he'll stay here. And hopefully nobody will get in his ear. Because if we're not going to pay that guy, we're going to have to pay him a lot of money. And then who the hell are we going to put around him? We're not going to have offensive line. Where are we going to shortcut 30% of football? Y'all guys tell me. 22 positions, 11 offense, 11 defense. Where are we shortcutting at? Defensive back, linebacker, we got to cut our budget 30%. I just don't get it. It cannot be done. Not when you're going against Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee every year now, Florida every year now, even South Carolina. They're all in on football. So I don't know what the answer is. Won the championship. Yeah, and they're gone. I agree with you. WKRP, and we took one of their best players. Is NFL caliber? Yeah, he is. What do they have Tennessee? What rank do they have Tennessee? Anywhere from 18 to 23. They have Alabama anywhere from 18 to 23. Alabama and Tennessee is nowhere near the top 15 because they took their players away. They took their, Tennessee's coach, Rick Barnes, is going to retire after this year, supposedly, and Nate Oates is wanting to leave. And Arkansas is ranked 15th. So we'll see what Arkansas has not said, whether they're going to pick football or basketball. But if you have Cal, you better pick basketball. So we'll see. There are football teams, but stick around if zero help. Right, Christopher, yeah. If you're his dad, if you're in his circle of Ponatoski, why would you want to try and get him hurt? I'd set that kid down and go, hey, look, man. It's like playing on a basketball team and they don't give you any help. Why would you? And then you got a team of like Kentucky. Come over here. We'll win you a championship. So, man, I don't know about that kid. I hope we can keep him, but I'm afraid somebody's going to get some in his head. If he's just wanting to play for money, that's fine. But if he can get money and win going somewhere else, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, Tennessee and Alabama's barely in the top 20, 25. Auburn's not anywhere near it. So yeah, it's only Florida and Kentucky that's really in the anywhere near the top 15. Matt Potosky plays baseball. Yeah, he wants to play baseball. If he wants to play baseball, fine, dude. I mean, but why the hell would you want to go out there and get hit? You ain't gonna be playing shit if you get your knee blown out. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with him. Like I said, I don't know why you would fire Mark Stoops and pay him the money, and then who the hell are you going to bring in here? Who's going to come here and fail and say, listen, dude, we're going to give you 30% less than everybody else. How would you like to coach here? Why would you do that? I mean, John Gruden's like, nobody's going to do that. You're going to have to get somebody from, like Indiana did, from James Madison, from some little school, and it ain't going to work. Basketball team is down this year except Kentucky and Arkansas. Well, Florida. And yeah, you know why? Because they spent the money. And this was Florida's last year. They already told Todd Golden, hey, man, we're getting a new football coach and a new football team, so your days are numbered. And he's already talked. Well, the Florida writers have talked about it. He hasn't talked about it. So, well, whatever you said, Logan, say it again. You don't have to retract the message, brother. Curse, I don't care. Play for the Yankees. Yeah, well, that's true, John. He could go right straight to AAA. If Pontotoski just want to go to baseball, they'll sign you a minor league contract. But yeah, guys, you know, Don K. Fish, brother, I was waiting for you to get in here. We're spending 30% less on football than everybody else, Don K. Fish. So you can get mad right now. I wasn't mad all day. I was just kind of bummed out. So yeah, it came out today, KSR, Tyler Thompson. It's in the description. You can read the article. Everybody's spending 75% of the revenue on football. We are spending 45%. Everybody's spending 50% of the revenue on basketball. We're spending 40%. So we are not, the reason we're not good in football is because we don't have any wide receivers, because we didn't have the money to pay them. So yeah, Alabama's going all in. Oh yeah, absolutely. Alabama's going all in on football. So is Florida. So is everybody, other than Kentucky and Arkansas. Tennessee, they told Rick Barnes, sorry. They told Nate Oates in Alabama, dude, sorry. You're not getting, we'll give you a couple good players, but yeah, we're going to look, we need to win a title because we have spent a lot of money. If Mark Pope doesn't win a title, man, we were blowing a lot of money. Welcome back, Donk. We won 13 titles to break UCLA. I think UCLA has 11. I think, Christopher. I think, yeah, they have 11 because John Wooden won 10, and then they won one in 94 with some dude I never heard of. So they got 11. So, yeah, we need what? We need 3 to tie, 4 to win. But we ain't getting 3 or 4, dude. It's hard to win. The Big East is going to have something to say about that. So I don't know if we get that many. Missouri is going all in on football, and Vanderbilt, they pretty much have said football, but I don't know. Vandy, I don't know what they're going to do when Pavia leaves. We'll have to see what Vandy does. So, yeah, but we're the only team that has really come out and said, hey, we're doing basketball. Arkansas, I think, is gonna. But we'll see. Vandy got money out the ass. Yes, they do. That's my dad's dying wish. Well, brother, I don't know that we'll live to see that. I mean, it's hard to win a national championship. If you can win one every decade, and we're 3 down to tie and 4 to win. So, yeah, we're not going to, we might get 1 or 2 in the next 10, 15 years, but it'll be hard. Vandy is the bosses of schools. Yep, Donkey Fish. Results. Florida shouldn't be top 10. Well, they are. Everybody says they are. What's your thought on SET's expansion? I don't know, man. Wildcat Mania. Dude, I don't think they want to expand because the more money you got to divvy up. I wouldn't expand. I mean, I wouldn't. There's no why to divvy up the pie. We got 16 really good teams. So, I mean, I don't know about expanding. We sure as hell got the best football teams. That's why everybody doesn't care that we suck in football. The rest of the league wants us to be good in basketball because we got to carry the league. What's everybody going to watch in January, February, March, April? Kentucky basketball. So we will be the kings of basketball. So I don't blame us for picking that sport. At least Cutter is getting better. He is, but man, Don K. Fish, when I found out what we were spending on football, no wonder we couldn't keep uh, Barry and Brown and Dane Key. We couldn't pay them. That's why they left. It's money. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, everybody's going to go in on football, Logan. Oh, it's going to be brutal. Dude, even if we went the same as everybody else and say we took 75 of our percent of our revenue, trying to compete with Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, Auburn, uh, Florida, Texas A&M in football, even if we spend the same money as them, it would be difficult. I think that's what Mitch Barnhart and people knew that, even if we spend the 75%, it will be hard. So we're just going to go do basketball. Probably a smart decision. We might get lucky, win 5 or 6. We could. Donkey Fish 5. 5 is doable. Um, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I just don't be blaming people anymore. Don't be getting on Mark Stoops. I don't want to hear any more about how bad the football team is. You gave them 30% less funds than everybody else. You set them up to fail, and they failed. Donkey Fish. I was on Loyal BBN podcast. I don't know if you guys go on that one with Big Mike and BC, and we all said they set Stoops up to fail, and he's failing. So why are you going to be mad at him? I mean, what do you think was going to happen when you give him 30% less money than everybody else? I mean, you're going to fail. If I cut your budget 30%, how's that going to affect you? If you're a business, it's going to kill you, is what it's going to do. So, yeah, we're trying to build a Walmart team. Cutter is getting better. Yeah. That guy might leave. You never know. 6-6 and penalty, yes. On third down. Maybe. I don't know, WKRP. I didn't know that stat. Yeah, Cutter's not going to get any. We need to keep on throwing to the tight ends because our tight ends are wide ass open. A lot of those plays, keep throwing to the tight end. Rodriguez and the other tight end that I can't think. I lost my train of thought. But yes, throw to them. Yes, throw to the tight ends. That's what we're good at. We're good at throwing to the tight end. Yes. Josh Caddis. Even Boyer caught a pass. So, Dane Key. Yeah. He's not doing that good at it, but he's getting paid. Barron Brown, you know what we're talking about, guys. Ole Miss played LSU, who has Barron Brown. They paid a lot of money for Barron Brown. They they were ranked number 4 when they played Ole Miss 2 weeks ago. You know how many points they scored on Ole Miss? 19. We scored 23. We scored more points on Ole Miss than they did. So, Barron Brown, yep. He wanted to leave. They wouldn't pay him. Now it comes out that, hey, we're not going to pay these players. Well, they're going to walk. And then you're not going to have any wide receivers. So, I feel sorry for Mark Stoops in a way. He's going to get a lot of money, but it sure the hell got to hurt his pride. I don't know what you guys think. You could tell he's upset, He's probably told to keep his mouth shut and take his $20 million, $30 million. When that's what he's doing. Australia against the Jaguars, really? I thought it was 14-0. Logan, what's the score now? That's Liam Cohen. Blocking, 0 wiggle. Barron Brown had 0 wiggle. Yeah, he wasn't a blocking. He could catch the long one. He was fast. He could run a kickback. John, he could run a kickback. And, he was fast. But, now you understand why we're throwing a tight end and we're running the ball and we're trying to slow the damn game down. Because, 14-4. It was 14-0. What the heck happened? Man. Yeah, Boley did very well for WKRP. I just put out a highlight video. He did well. We just got receivers, still dropping the ball, and I don't understand why. Macklin. Macklin's just not doing very well. Harley Gilmore's awful, and Macklin's not much better. I played the freshman. The kid that came in, play him. Christopher Reese, let's be honest, they'll never get the results. Right. Yeah, we don't have the high school players in Kentucky, and you'd have to go around and buy players. And Chiefs doing well. It was 14-0. I can't believe they called up Logan. Wow. Okay. But no, guys, hey, listen, we're going to be good at basketball, so let's enjoy basketball. But I like football. Like I said, it's a more fun game than I mean, I like basketball. I like to be good at basketball. But football is a more strategic, a lot more players, a lot more stuff going on. But hey, we had to make a choice. I get it. Indiana will do the same thing. They're going to have to choose, and they're going to choose basketball here in Indiana. It's going to be basketball. It's not going to be. I feel sorry. Well, I don't feel sorry for it. They signed that what's his name to a long term deal after last year. That's why they did it, so they could tie him up for 5 or 6 years. Uh, but no, guys, I just want to jump on here tonight. Man, I've been on here an hour already. Wow. Who's your favorite? I don't have a favorite NFL team. I'm stuck here with the Colts because I'm in Indiana, Southern Indiana. Everybody likes the Colts. No, I don't have a favorite team. When I was growing up, I did, but not now. I like to just watch the game. Fantasy football makes you watch football in a whole different light. You know, I just have a player on the Jaguars, and I just want him to do well. Yeah, I guess once you start playing fantasy football, it messes you up. But no, I don't have a favorite team. Uh, do not have a favorite team. But no, guys, come on. If you're new, come on in. I do not like the NBA at all. That is the worst game. I wouldn't watch that shit for 5 minutes. That is the worst basketball. They ruined that sport, man. Ruined it, man. Baseball ruined the sport, but NBA ruined it. I mean, no defense. Nobody even gives a shit. Just jacking up threes. Just jacking up threes. No, I can't stand the NBA, man. Of course, I grew up on Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, people who were out to kill you, and they played defense. Yeah. No, I don't like the NBA. Just as they should be wearing mini skirts and high heels or something because they sure as the hell are scared to touch one another. Yeah, but I'm an old dude. That's why I said that. No, John, I don't know what we're gonna do, John. If you're still here, man, we're just gonna suffer through football. But I hope they get off Mark Stoops' back now, because there's no reason to stay on the guy. The athletic director and did this shit, and the donor. So, you know, leave him alone. And if we only win one more game, then by God, we only win one more game. But don't set the guy up to fail and then bitch and complain because he failed. That's ridiculous. Uh, Georgia could have scored a lot more on us, guys. They put in their backup quarterback with 8 minutes to go. They weren't trying to. They could have scored if they had wanted to. They were just playing it, trying not to get hurt. 80s and 90s NBA, yes, it was. That was the man. That was the best days of the NBA. That's when they were not playing for money. Make our money by beating some Big Ten, Michigan State type teams. Yeah, Ohio State. Yeah, yeah. We're just going to get cast off high school players, and we're going to have to go raid rosters in football and try to pick up people like Cam Olds from Kent State and try to get some best players. Should be our thing. Yeah, it's not going to be 30% less money. I don't know where we're going to get our players. State will be a hard game too. Oh yeah, basketball. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're good. We have a stretch where we play St. John's, Indiana, North Carolina, Gonzaga, and I'm like, who made that stretch up? Like 4 out of 6 games we play in December. December is a hard schedule in basketball. So we will do basketball here, guys. I'll do the blue-white scrimmage since I have ESPN Plus because it's not on TV. I'll probably watch party that, and we'll see. You know, I really got to learn the basketball roster now. I mean, I know who most of the people are, but yeah, that Jelovic guy impressed me watching him play. But yeah, we're gonna have a good team, guys. We got 13 guys. They were talking about most of the time when you scout a team, you scout for 7 or 8 players. When you have to scout 13 players, you've got a good team. And we got 13. There's no Reese Potter's the only, and he's not really that bad. But yeah, Moreno. I mean, just man, Jasper Johnson, Aberdeen. We got so many good people. Cam Williams. Man, I mean, our biggest problem is we're going to try to play everybody in the beginning of the year. They were talking about this. We're going to play all 13 people till we get. So we'll probably lose some games, but he's going to play for March. He's going to try to find out what the rotation is. But yeah, we're loaded. I'd like to see Trent Noah and Colin Chandler have a good year. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, the SEC will be easy in basketball. Yeah, I mean, look, there's nobody that gives a shit except for us and maybe Arkansas. And we only played Arkansas once. We only played three teams twice: Tennessee twice, Vanderbilt, and Missouri. I don't know what that's all about, but we don't play everybody twice. So that's weird. We don't play Arkansas twice. We don't play Alabama twice. So, but yeah, I mean, look, we're loaded in basketball, guys. Just loaded. You look at this roster. There's no bad players on here. Uh, I mean, if we can shoot the ball, we can win a title. If we can't shoot the ball, it won't matter. Uh, but anyway, look, guys, I just want to jump on here tonight and just tell you guys, hey, man, enjoy what don't get mad at football. Once I read that article today and it, pretty much confirmed what I thought, I was like, well, I'm not going to get mad about football. You can't get mad at those kids. I mean, those kids are trying as hard as they can. But yeah, when hamstring a coach by cutting his budget by 30% where he can't get any wide receivers, I mean, well, look, hopefully we can win some games. So the next live stream, I'll do the blue-white scrimmage a week from Friday, and then we have Texas a week from Saturday, right? So I'll do the live stream a week from, since there's nothing this weekend. I'm not going to do Big Blue Madness, so I'll live stream the blue-white scrimmage a week from Friday, whatever that date is. I don't know what that date is. And then when we do Texas, I'll live stream the Texas game. I think it's at 2:30 in the afternoon. So I'll live stream the football game. But yes, what is it? A week from Friday would be the 17th. So on the 17th is the blue-white game, and on the 20th is Texas. So yeah, I'll do those two. I'll do a watch party and live chat those, and I'll put out a basketball video tomorrow and talk about some of the polls that came out. And look, there's some people that don't have us in the top five. In fact, most people don't have us in the top five. So look, we got some work to do, but we do have the most expensive team. So I mean, let's get our money's worth. Let's win a title. He's got a lot of pressure on him, Mark Pope. So, but no, I'll probably do a live. What is tonight? Tuesday? Thursday, Friday. I'll jump on here if something goes down between now and then. Like that rumor about firing Bush Hand. Before I get off here, they're not firing Bush Hand. That's a rumor. Why the hell would you fire anybody at this point? For what? Who the hell's going to, call play? It doesn't matter who the offensive and defensive coordinator is right now. So yeah, no, that was a rumor. Nobody's fired. Some ESPN Lexington put that rumor out before anybody else did, and then everybody started running with it. So yeah, nobody's getting fired. And who the hell are you going to bring in here? Like I said, what kind of, I don't know what we're going to do in the next couple of years in basketball, guys. Fire everybody at the end of the season. Well, you're going to have to pay them all that money, and then that's less money you have to pay everybody else. And then you're going to bring in a coach who you going to get to come in here when you tell them, hey, come on in here, and then you're going to get 30% less of a team than everybody else you play. I wouldn't come here and do that. How about you guys? Who would sign up for that? Who's going to sign up to get their ass kicked? How would you like to come to the SEC and get your ass kicked? We're going to have to find some little coach at James Madison like Indiana did, because anybody with half a brain would not come here when you're getting outspent by 30%. It'd be hard enough if we were spending the same exact thing as Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee. But when like I said, I don't know who was going to come here. John Summerall anybody can come here. I don't care. I mean, I don't care who it is, but I just feel sorry for our football program because, but I get it. It's about money, guys. Money makes the world go around, and you can't be good at two sports. I figured that out when this stuff went down. I was one of the first people to come on here and say, when I first started my channel last March, hey, it's going to be hard to be good at two sports. It's damn near impossible starting right now because basketball players are $1 million a piece or more. Some of them will go up to $2 million if we fire Mark Stoops. I mean, we'll field some, but at least Mark Stoops can play defense and run the ball. I mean, that's something. You have to pay him his $30 million. So pay him his money. But I just don't want to hear anybody getting on to him. If you're not going to, it's not fair. I will say that too. And there's nobody in here listening. from our media, but our media needs to get off his back because you guys set him up to fail. The university set him up to fail, and he's failing. I mean, that's the bottom line. Anybody would fail. I don't care what coach you put in there. Nick Saban. If he doesn't have the players, you're gonna lose. See Bill Belichick. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming on tonight, and I will do a live maybe Thursday or Friday. But if something pops up during the day or something this week, I might get on if something pops up. And so yeah, just keep your notifications on. Jaguars just got a pick six. Oh, was it a defensive back? I got a linebacker I need to get. I need a linebacker to get some points for me to win a game. Good. I'm glad they did. But anyway, look, guys, keep your notifications on. I'll put a basketball video out tomorrow, and we'll do a live Thursday, Friday. So look, hey, thanks again for watching. Like I said, hey, be happy about basketball. We're going to watch football, even though, maybe we can win some games, but we're going to be happy about basketball. So everybody have a good night. Go Cats. Thank you for